I would have to say that something is natural if a person is able to think that it is. Somebody has to be there to be able to point to it and say that it's natural. So
to me, natural state of nature is the way it was before whatever it was touched by the hand of man. Once man touches it, it ain't natural anymore.
Natural to me means that, well, there's two things. One, that it comes from nature, and two, that it happens naturally. So that it could mean like people acting in a certain way that's natural, or it could also mean that it's like leaves and shit like from trees.
I think that the idea of natural is really a social construct. Similar to the way sexual preferences nowadays, people are kind of put through these categories. So there are some inherent qualities like attraction and things like that that are involved, but in general I think it's just used to politicize and categorize most of the time.
Natural. Natural is a very loaded word. I mean, like, in some respects everything on Earth is natural because it's from Earth, right? I don't know, I have problems with that term because, like, people, there's some sort of connotation that people themselves aren't natural. If I eat an orange and swallow the seed, defecate somewhere and something grows, is that natural then, or is it unnatural because I touched it just because I'm a human?
I think natural is things that occur in nature, occur in the earth. They're not man-made.
So natural spaces, for me, are spaces that are not built up or not built upon. And that's a lot. So looking at waterways, the atmosphere, the sky, grass, trees.
Natural, I'll go with something that is real, organic, something that humans didn't mess up or they don't have anything to do with.
Something that is what it is. It just is.
What lives without human intervention, maybe. You know, trees, grass grows. Our bodies have, we have cells that are doing a million little things right now. We have no idea, and I guess that's natural because that's what they're programmed to do, I guess. So.
I think natural is just the original state of being or something.
Everything is natural.
Natural is something that has been here. It wasn't exactly created or formed or affected in any way by humankind.
I automatically think of like natural human behavior.
Well, I see natural in like two different ways. Like you have natural in relation to, like you were saying, people and behavior, and then natural in relation to like function and formality.
I think it's really hard to define what's natural because everything, I mean, humans are natural too, in that, humans are a part of nature. We're born, we die, all of that. And yet we affect the world in so many ways that we don't really think of as natural. And so I think usually when we try to define what's natural, we're trying to separate what's human-made from what's not human-made.
Natural is a word that's thrown around a lot, like very often, for something that is common or commonly found in nature.
Obviously, what we see around us is natural. Trees, grass, that which has not been manipulated by human hands. But we are part of nature too. So the argument could be made that human interaction with the environment is also a natural process.
Tell my baby farewell.
Nature. There's the old joke I heard a Quaker say once in relation to Quaker work in England back after World War II. The devastated economy, and Quakers had provided allotments outside of cities, abandoned land to destitute workers and farmers to raise their own fruits and vegetables. And this one English farmer had been given this very poor allotment, very poor soil, and he worked all through the summer, pulverizing limestone and fertilizing it, manuring it, just a lot of sweat equity into it. And by that fall, it raised a wonderful crop. And the parish vicar came out and was admiring his crop and told the young farmer, says, "Well, this is a wonderful crop, this wonderful land that you and God have created here." And the farmer said, "Well, you should have seen it when God had it by himself."
Humanity is natural. Humanity is a natural thing. And the world existed in a sort of natural state for a really long time without, humanity using their brain units to alter everything. But I feel like this is just, another step, sort of. I mean, the world has gone through so many changes, and humanity is a big change. I just think it's a natural progression. We are natural beings, making our nest. This is our nest.
We're not connected with nature at all. In fact, most of us stay inside all the time. And most people I know don't spend any time out in the mountains. No people I know have really ever gone camping. I
think we're an unbalanced part of the ecosystem, but we're definitely part of the ecosystem. I mean, nature has a set limit on how many animals. It creates a balance, and we found a way to circumvent natural predators, disease.
We are naturally part of the ecosystem, but when you start disrupting and changing what is around you, that's not you being acceptant of what's around you. That's not, you're not.
I go into the woods and I build a house out of leaves and sticks and things. How is that more natural than the process of making bricks?
A lot of people do things to change themselves that aren't natural. Plastic surgery doesn't do that. I think we're equally natural until we take steps to modify ourselves.
Superior brain power has tried to put us above other animals, but really...
Right. I mean, if we just tried to exist in nature, we would get slain so fast. No one can handle it.
Once we try to outwit our animals.
Humans are not, we don't live in isolation or without contact or connection with the ecosystem. So just by the fact that we are affecting and are affected by those natural systems, in my opinion, we are part of them as well. But I do think that some of what we do, particularly the structures I'm looking at Frank here, begins to be removed from that natural system.
Well, but isn't civilization natural? I mean, is it really less natural to live in a building than to live in a honeycomb or something? I don't know, I think it's messy.
That anything that's on this earth is natural in some sort of way?
So much of what humans do is based around instinct. People don't realize it, but so many of their choices are instinctual. It's like what the choice made is just kind of like, well, I'm doing this because you think you want to. It's like, so I gotta go to the she's back,
Reproducing.
Trying to get your babies on. But
you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.